Hello everybody, this is Mayor Mike, and this is another version of Ask the Mayor. That's where you, the residents of the town of East Hartford, write down a question, send it to me via email, and then I ask my directors what the heck's the answer. I then come on every Wednesday via social media platform and we reply to those. We have one question today, and after I get through the question, I have 4 important announcements. So the question comes from Brandon, and he asks, are you going to repave Walnut Street after they replace the water main? And the answer is yes, but it's a little more complicated. I don't have an exact date. As you recall, in what we call the Heights, that's Walnut Street and the surrounding areas, MDC had done a considerable amount of road cutting, digging, replacing sewer lines, backfilling, and then repaving over those. It's really a hazardous set of roadways, so we just want to make sure MDC has done with their work, and our engineering department is currently in negotiations with them to do a curb-to-curb mill. That's where they cut off 1 to 2 inches, they mill it off, and then a curb-to-curb overlay in any areas where MDC dug up the pavement. So in answer to Brandon, the answer is yes, we are getting back to wherever MDC dug. We're currently in negotiations. I don't have a specific time frame, but once we get those through with those negotiations, and essentially we're going to try to split the cost with the MDC because they made a mess of the roads, and we would have been in there anyway eventually. We're trying to figure out what their cost is, what our cost is. We'll then hire a qualified vendor and we'll get that work done. That is separate and distinct from the current road improvement program that's underway. You can find that list of roads, which is about 5.4 million, and I think a little over 10 miles on the town's website. And we're getting to a considerable number of areas, both geographically and those with the lowest road scores. So we're trying to, it's a balancing act. We don't have unlimited resources, but we try to take the resources that we have and put them to the best use. Now the announcements. Item number 1, Brewer Street closed as of May 1. Now there's 2 parts to this job. The reason we are closing Brewer Street is because the bridge over Pewter Pot Brook, which is a little bit west of Jefferson Street, a little bit west of what we call Contractors Road, that's to get into Pratt & Whitney, is coming out. So there'll be no road to travel over, hence we need, as of May 1st, to close Brewer Street, and that'll be closed for around 200 days, opening up sometime in November, let's just say late November 2023. However, that's an $11 million road renovation, including the bridge. So we will be closed, or Brewer Street will be closed for considerably longer. And that means into 2024. So 200 days to replace the bridge, considerably longer to finish the $11 million renovation. So just, the workaround route is Maple to Main Street, and we want consideration of those people who may live in those residential neighborhoods that are not on Forbes or Maple or Main. Please, if you can avert cutting through those, we would appreciate that. We will have additional police patrols as the residents demand them, so if you're cutting through, that may not be an option for very long. With respect to hazmat, I've received a number of calls in my office, and people do want to throw away their chemicals or their paints or their unused one thing or the other. And I want to let you know that the town of East Hartford, our transfer station, does not have the proper license to take hazardous wastes. So the MDC does. They hire an outside vendor, and if you mark it on your calendar, that's May 20th from 8 to 1 p.m. and it's at the MDC, which is on Pickens Street. And you can go to our website and you can see additional information on that. Also that very same day, we are having the annual shredding event, and that is at 22 Prestige Park Circle. That is from 8 to 12. So again, put that on your calendar. If you have financial documents or anything like that you want shredded, that's at 22 Prestige Park Circle. And then you could zip over to Pickens Street, the MDC facility, and drop off your hazardous waste. So you're gonna have a busy day on May 20th, write down those 2 dates. Finally, you may have seen in the Hartford Current, you may have seen in our newsletter, you may have seen at the council meeting, we have added a quality of life telephone number. Well, it's our preference that you use the My East Hartford app that you can download to your cell phone, or you go on the town's website and use the module to basically send in your complaint or your concern, your quality of life issue. There is a third way, and we understand that people don't like to take up apps on their phone, or they may not be savvy on using the town's computer. But if you call 860-291-7765, and the last 3 digits stand for quality of life, QOL, the 7765 is QOL, you can issue, let us know that you have a complaint, excuse me, and you can do that in English or in Spanish. And Jacinia Martinez from my office will listen to that. She will input it into the Q Alert system. And the only thing we ask is you give us actionable information. If you simply call us and you say, please repair the potholes, we won't exactly know where that is. But if you say, listen, I live on 79 Fitzgerald Drive and there is a pothole to the left of my driveway on Melody Lane, please repair that. That's very helpful. So we need enough information to make it actionable. So again, one more way where we're trying to help you, to help us, to help you. So it is Wednesday. This is Mayor Mike. This is the Ask the Mayor program. We had one question that we answered today, 4 announcements. I hope you enjoyed the Connor Martin show. He sat in for me last week. Connor's my chief of staff. He is a very talented and wonderful young man with a bright future. I'm high on Connor, so you should be too. But from time to time, he'll be stepping into the shoes of the mayor as I either have something else, a conflict, or perhaps even go on a vacation. So I want to shout out to Connor, appreciate the work for the Ask the Mayor yesterday, and look forward to the next one. But until then, this is Ask the Mayor, this is Mayor Mike, this is 50 Chapman Place. Take care.